Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I'm your host, Lexis Jeanette, and this week we have a very special guest calling in all the way from Atlanta. Mr. Malik Mix is a rising influencer and possibly your new favorite Instagram chef. Let's take a look. Hey Malik, how are you?
Hey Lex, I'm doing good. I'm enjoying Atlanta. It's pretty nice out today. How about yourself?
Pretty good. It's actually pretty nice here in Detroit too, so that's good to hear. Now I don't feel like jealous about it because it's been kind of cold.
Yeah, I'll miss home, so I can't wait. I'm glad to hear that y'all weather is nice though, at least.
Yes, I think it's finally breaking, but like you never know.
Hmm.
So the first thing we're gonna do is play a quick game. We're gonna play two truths and a lie, but I want you to tell me two very spectacular truths and one extraordinary lie.
Oh, okay. All right, I got you. I graduated from Michigan State. I went to DC to compete for a debate tournament, and I studied abroad in the UK.
Hmm. I'm going to say that you that you did not study abroad in the UK.
Actually, I did.
Oh.
So I used to debate in high school, so that was a lot. I debated in high school, but like the big like the Super Bowl of debate was always in DC, and I never got a chance to get there. But I came close a lot of times, so I was always my dream to go debate in DC. So nah, didn't do that one.
Okay. Well, I really thought I had it. I was like, oh, that's the one.
Nah, almost. I was gonna make that one a lie too, but then there's gonna be two lies in the truth.
Yeah, but I knew for sure you graduated from MSU because, well, I was there with you. So,
Yeah.
so first of all, I wanted to say that I decided to bring you on the show because I thought you were a great fit. For a long time, you have been very vocal and open about your health journey and your weight loss journey, and you got to a certain point where you met this goal, but you still continue to, be healthy and work out and like show that discipline. I know that like a lot of people in my life who start, to lose weight or want to change their eating habits, they'll do it and they'll get to their goal, and then they'll kind of fall off because they got to where they wanted to be. And then it becomes this cycle of, starting, stopping, starting, stopping. So tell us about your health journey and how it got started.
So, like I was just telling you, and it's kind of good though that we did that icebreaker before because when I was actually in London, it was December 2017. I was there for 3 weeks, so I came back January 2018, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I looked at myself in the mirror, and this is like a real truth. I looked at myself in the mirror, and I just was like, "Can we cuss?"
You can say what you want, yeah.
I said, what the fuck? Like, I looked at myself and I just was like not satisfied with my shell. That's what I ended up starting to call this, like, because all of our bodies are just like built to carry us and stuff like that. So anything internal on you, you got to have a good shell. So I'm like, man, like, what am I looking at? And that was honestly how everything started. So from January 2018, as time went on, of course, you have your moments, like you were saying, how some people start, they meet a goal, and they go backwards. I did that a few times. I relapsed, actually. So one time, like, because there's so many different journeys that happen within, like, your major journey, and people don't know. So, like, I've started my health journey several different times. But when I started in January 2018, that was truly the beginning. So in between all of that, I start, I stop, I start, I stop. And one time, like, I realized that I was putting on weight versus losing weight. And that was like the moment where I said, you know what, let me get back to it. And it's just like, little things that trigger you to start again or to just have fun because you're trying to do a little bit of everything, enjoy life, look good, travel, and eat the foods that you want to eat. So yeah, I had many starts, but the main one started in January 2018 when I looked at myself and I said, nah, this ain't about to be me.
Right. So what was the hardest part about starting for you?
Hardest part, starting. You really don't have no, okay, I know everybody experiences like when you start something, it's like that you got the idea in your head that you want to do it, but when you actually have to put the action into doing it, that's the hard part. Like it's like going to the gym, starting a school project or a paper. That moment in the beginning where you trying to start it, it was just something mentally that was making me feel like I can't, or like that I was just lazy, which I was probably being lazy. So that was the hardest part, actually starting. Everything after that, once you start to see the progress. It don't, and it's just like it's something that you don't see the progress like overnight, of course, but as you see the progress, you're like, I'm gonna keep going. When you fit into those jeans or shop at H&M or whatever, like some people don't know, but you know, I wasn't even able to shop at H&M, and I'm also very tall. So like for me, when I started, I was 312 pounds. And I don't know, my height is sometimes 6'4", sometimes it's 6'3". It's truly like depending on the day. But I believe that I'm at 6'3". So like not only was I struggling to find big clothes, I was struggling to find clothes that could fit the length of my legs or the span of my arms. So like just a combination of all of that, you know, it kind of motivates you to keep going. So that was like, I struggled with starting. And then when I wanted to start fitting clothes, that motivated me to like keep going. And that was just one of the motivations. So,
Right. So could you tell me, well, for one, what is your current weight? You did mention what you started at. Where are you today?
uh, well, before COVID happened, I was at, I was at like 225. But the good thing is I haven't weighed myself. I have been working out still though. So have I noticed a difference in my body? Absolutely. But as far as the number goes, I don't really know what we going. I don't know what the number is. So I don't have a scale. I deliberately chose not to have a scale because you become number conscious. And I'm not really on the number no more. In the beginning I was, but once I hit my first goal of becoming 250 pounds, that was over 60 pounds that I had lost. Um, I I just was like, I'm not about to keep looking at this number because the number that I was at, I thought I was gonna be fit and like thin and all of this stuff, but I realized that I had to keep going. So now I don't look at the number as much, but next time I'm in the gym, I'm gonna let you know.
Okay, thank you. And I think that's awesome. And I think that makes a lot of sense. So what other kind of changes did you notice aside from just losing weight?
Mhm. Confidence. Confidence was definitely the main takeaway. But then I started to notice that my lifestyle changed a little bit, what I wanted out of life. Man, this is crazy because like I never like some things I do share with my followers or people who are inspired by my journey, and it's not that I ever like try to withhold information. It's just some things you don't think about. But when you asked me that, the first thing I thought about was when I was younger. Um, all of my family members, they're fairly smaller. They're like, and first of all, I'm like the biggest thing in my family. I don't know where I came from. So that was always like one of the things in my head that made me a little bit more hesitant to share my journey. But when you got to go to like a park and then you're more insecure about how your body gonna look when you're in the water. You know, people wear swim shirts, people wear different things to cover up. I've seen it with other guys, but I've also noticed it within girls too. And some girls, you know, they like to wear those like I don't know what they're called. You probably know, like they're like a I'll call it a Batman cape. Like it's like
Like
the cape
a
with the,
ball or cover up?
yeah. Now some girls wear it as a fashion statement. Some girls wear it because, and this is the truth, you know, some girls are a little bit more ashamed of their body structure and they want it to look a certain type of way. And I'm not knocking either, you know, either why you choose to, you know, wear it. But once I started to notice that that was something that I struggled with, I started to notice like, well, I'm not the only one. Everybody out here buying shirts and cover-ups and trying to hide all of this stuff. I don't want to do that. I want to be able to walk on the beach butt naked if I decide to show off what God gave me. So that was something else that changed. So my confidence, my insecurities went down, and my lifestyle truly like improved as far as the way I eat, the way I think about life, the way that I know that I need to self-care and heal myself. And even like when it comes down to making decisions, financially, physically, everything. So yeah, a complete lifestyle change.
Nice. So, what would you recommend for someone who is just starting out or starting over? As you said, sometimes in your journey, you have other journeys and you do have to start over. What would you recommend for someone in one of those positions?
Uh, I gotta ask a few things, but the main thing that I will say, I kind of said this earlier, but it's so, like, I had to beat this into my brain. Results do not happen overnight. Fast results go fast. So if you lose a lot of weight, 9 times out of, and it's, for example, people are like, I want to lose like 30 pounds by the end of this month. Okay, that's kind of not healthy. But I'm not a life coach or a health coach or nothing like that. So I don't know what's considered healthy for everybody. But fast results go fast. I know that to be a fact. If you lose 10 pounds in 1 week, great. But how you maintain that afterwards is super essential. So my thing is like fast results, that will be considered a fast result. You get your 10 pounds off 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10 is water weight. And you put that water weight back on. So I would just say to stay consistent, fast results go fast. That's the best thing I say. Like, don't expect something overnight. Your lifestyle change is the result of you keeping up something that you started in the beginning. So does that make sense? Like, I feel like I was trying to like, take that home with the fast results go fast. And that makes sense though.
Yeah, it came full circle.
Okay, perfect. But yeah, that's what I got. That's what I got to say for that.
We'll take it. It was perfect. So there are a few things that you've done that I have really enjoyed seeing and still do enjoy seeing. I know you have done marathons, which I think is awesome. Can you tell me what the marathon was like for you?
Ooh, yeah, you bringing up some stuff now. But, yeah, so I did a 10K, and that was the Big Ten Marathon. It was actually with all of our colleges and stuff. So it was interesting for me because I trained for it. Like, I really was in that. Every day I was running 3 miles. So it was August 10th, I believe, of 2019, I believe. So August 10th last year. So every day in July, and funny story, my friend Alton, he had put together this Nike app competition where you run 30 miles in the month of July. I'm really competitive, so it wasn't like we was about to get money or something at the end, but I just was like, well, we about to do 30 miles. I know I could do that like ASAP. So for me, I was running 3 miles a day. And if you put all that together, I ran over 100 miles and July alone. And for me, that was when I realized that, I think I might be ready for this race. So it went from doing 3 miles a day to 6 miles a day to even 10 miles a day, me just jogging nonstop. And for me, that was life changing in itself. So by the time I got to the Big Ten Marathon, it was like a celebration. It was because I knew I could do it. And at first I thought it was so impossible until I like literally kept going. And my parents and my siblings, they was like, you sick. Like you do this every day. You don't do nothing else but work out. But I was so determined. And it was right after we graduated. So I was like I was just on a cloud. And then I got faced with reality again. Like I said, I had to start my journey over a few times. So by the time we graduated in May last year, June, I realized that, like, I'm not really where I want to be. So I made another transition and I made another promise to myself. And that's kind of like what that was like. So it was a real big celebration for all of the hard work that I was putting in.
Yeah, and it looked like it. It definitely showed. I know Cheyenne was there. Mm-hmm. I love Cheyenne. So it was nice to see y'all do that. I was like, dang, I should probably like try to get out there and do something.
We could do it this year.
I will join y'all.
$50.
I said it on here. I'll join y'all.
That's if I'm able to go, because with the whole virus, I don't know how all that stuff like that.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right.
For sure. So another thing is I've been watching you cook for quite a while. So I know recently it has become more of a thing, but like you've always been like a chef. You've always done cooking. And I've noticed the change in how you cook and what you cook and the ingredients you use.
Yeah.
How was that switch? Like, when did it become a thing from cooking how you cooked to changing your, the way you cook
Yeah.
and what you put in your food? I know you love like sweet potatoes, and I comment all the time like, you are putting me to shame. I need to be cooking more. Like, what was that like for you, that transition while cooking?
So first off, I'm glad that this sweet potato thing is like really like, cause I get a lot of people who give me shit. A lot of people give me shit because I love sweet potatoes, but the health benefits of sweet potatoes is immaculate, and you don't have to add like sugar and butter. But I mean, you can add that stuff. Just know that you should eat that stuff in moderation because it stick to you. But for me, the main shifts in my food started. Well, first off, I didn't really start like showing off my cooking until last year. I was finishing up our senior year, and I started cooking meals for everybody. It was called Stuffed Up Kitchen, and it was really just a way to make money. Now, what people don't know is that I studied marketing in college. So for me, business is like here. So I might not be like, always advocating like different business advice and whatever. But what I did learn is that I knew that there was a small population of people just like me, Black people at Michigan State University. One thing that we all missed was home cooked meals. So I'm like, bet, let me go ahead and create the Harvard special because me and my friends, my best friend Tamara, we lived on this block called Harvard. So I just decided to bring home with me. So I created the Harvard special at my school, and it was fried chicken or fish, macaroni and cheese, candy yams, and collard greens, right? The first time that I launched it, I was like just playing around, and I made over $1,000 in one day selling meals on campus. People don't know that, but to be exact, I made a little bit under $1,500. Now, what I did with that money, I've had to, I'll talk about that in a minute. But what I did with that money was something that if I had the opportunity now, I would have reinvested in myself. But I had a lot of fun with that money. Thinking about it. Anyway. But yeah, so that was the beginning. I was cooking food like that. And what I did know is that, like I said, at that time, my journey of health wasn't even kicked in yet. Like it had started and it had kind of stopped. So as the months went on, especially the summer right before I did that 10K, I started juicing. My sister got a juicer, and it was like real cheap. Got it from Walmart, like $50. And that's when I really started saying, well, let me try a whole bunch of different things. So for about a week, I was a pescatarian. I only ate fish and veggies, and I tried to limit my starch. I cut out bread. I lowered my salt intake a lot. I didn't cut it all the way out because I still needed that flavor. But the reason why I did flavor is because that was then. But now I've learned that you don't need salt to add flavor. Now, a lot of people don't know that. They think that food gonna be bland and all that stuff, but I literally don't cook with salt now. If salt come with it, sometimes you would get it in your hot sauce or you would get it in your barbecue sauce. I'm not gonna hold you. I eat it in that, but you won't see me adding salt to any of my food. And it's probably, I will say, it's still the best out there. And anybody can check me on that one. But, but no, truly though, as my health started to progress, I did change like how I eat. And that's how I kind of decided to change my recipes for my meals, and ultimately how I decided to showcase my food to everybody, to show you all that you can be creative in the kitchen and still be health conscious. So I know that was a lot, but yeah,
No,
that's kind of
no, because I love that. So, favorite meal to cook? What is it?
like meal, like a whole, 3 options on a plate meal, or a meal like just one recipe, like one thing.
Give us both.
All right. Chicken. I'm a big chicken guy. Any kind of way, breasts, legs. I kind of like chicken thighs now, but chicken breasts, chicken legs, or chicken wings. Oh my God. Chicken wings are so good because you get a little bit of crispy with a little bit of, listen, I could go all day about chicken, but chicken is my favorite recipe to cook. I do it any type of way. But meal wise, I would say my favorite meal is, I don't know. I eat a lot of the same thing, but just different ways. So like I would say broccoli, sweet potato, and chicken. Like if you put that together, like you're pretty good. But then I'll alternate all of my veggies. So I'll do like broccoli, or I'll do greens, but I'll do kale greens, turnip greens, mustard, collard. Like I'll switch them all around. Sometimes I'll do spinach. So like I always have that as my base though, like chicken, sweet potato, and whatever veggie I choose. And then I'll do different types of chicken. So it's my favorite meal.
Sounds good. That's a meal I can actually like cook and keep up with. But
Mm-hmm.
I know that you do add a lot of flavor by using different vegetables. I see you using the air fryer. And honestly, right now I'm still trying to figure out if I go back up to school, if I can like make me a quick $1,000 if I cook something.
Yeah, honestly, listen, man, like the way that you just got to do it. Like you really just got to do it, but you got to be passionate about it and stuff. And I think you got that passion. So look, if you do it, I promise you, you can make more than $1,000. I was only touching like a small population of us. Like I didn't even reach as many people as my goal was, but I just wanted to make some money, and I was like struggling a little bit with my bills and all of that stuff. So that's why I was like, let me go ahead and see if I could put this talent to work, and I did. So yeah, heck yeah, you can make some money doing it.
Yeah, I know that college struggle that last semester was tough.
So. Wasn't it? And then we had a lot of blizzards and stuff too that time. So like my job was like, oh, y'all don't gotta come in. And for some people, they was like, oh, good, I ain't gotta work. For me, I'm like, I need that money. Like, what I'm about to just do? I even thought about, never mind. Say all that.
My job didn't care.
Yeah.
My parents didn't care. Like, nobody cared, but it's okay. We made it through, and now we're here.
Right? Now you here, look at you, boiling on everybody.
Almost. I'm not there yet, right? A little bit more time.
Yeah.
No, but is there anything else that you would like to share with anybody who is in the midst of their journey, whether they've already started, whether they need some more encouragement, or do you do anything to support people? Like, can people reach out to you? Is that something you do?
Yeah. So the first part of that question, to help people stay motivated or anything like that, or what I do to stay motivated that I think a lot of people can benefit from is remember where you started. Like I said, your results don't come fast. People look at me now, and a lot of times what I get is, you lost a lot of weight, or how did you lose weight so fast? I've been doing this for the past 2 years. Like for the past 2 years, going in and out, fluctuating with my weight. This is probably the most consistent and stable I've been, because in the beginning it was like, up and down, up and down, up and down. Now I'm more of a down and constant. So for me, looking at where you started, having a reminder, for me, an extreme reminder, because for me, a lot of like health issues run in my family, diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. And I know that stuff kind of really does plague the Black community, especially because all of us we know somebody dealing with something health related due to diet. And for me, I ask myself whether I want to live or die. And I know that's drastic, and I know that it can sound kind of crazy to some people, but when you really think about it, that question really set me up a lot for being the person that I am. I never want to showcase anybody something that I'm not. So for me, that's just how I live my life. Do I want to live or do I want to die? Now that, it could look different ways and different examples, but that's how I stay motivated. And looking at where I began and look at where I'm going, knowing that I'm blessed enough to even be able to talk to people. And yes, people do hit me up a lot. A lot of people want to know whether or not they can get a workout list from me or recipes from me and whatnot. A lot of people feel as though, I can kind of give them that. So currently I'm in the process of working on a product that can help everybody. Don't matter where your age is. It doesn't matter what you physically look like. if you want to just live a better life, if you want to learn from my mistakes when I was 312 pounds and how I'm almost at my 100-pound milestone. That's my next big milestone, I'm losing 100 pounds. But once I hit that milestone, it's going to be for me another celebration, just like the marathon that I ran was. So, like I said, I'm currently creating a product that's going to help all people. Doesn't matter what age you are, doesn't matter where you are in your health journey. If you want to do better, I got you. Okay. So, yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. And as soon as that product is ready, I would love to have you back so you can share that and we could talk about it, because I'm sure people will be super excited to hear about it. In one word, how would you describe your journey? I know you mentioned that one thing you've gained from it is confidence, but if you can describe your journey in one word, what would it be?
You want for real one word, or you want a one word with a why I chose that one word?
One word and why.
Okay. I feel like that's what you really wanted. Okay. All right. So, incremental. So incremental for me is a word that is probably not a common, it's not a common or a cliche type of a word. It's one of those words where I had to really think about what my journey looked like. It's incremental at different stages where I'm either elevating, I'm also going down. I don't know the opposite of elevating, but whatever word everybody know. I'm going down sometimes, and like those up and down journeys like really do make you feel like, I don't know, like you got different points. Because sometimes when I'm down and I'm not like feeling the best, I will feel like, damn, all of that work that I did don't matter because I still like feel like a blob. Or sometimes I'd be like, damn, all of this work that I did, I could treat myself sometimes to a little bit of fun and I'm gonna be okay. So incremental, definitely. Right now, where I'm at in that journey and that word, I kind of just accept things as they are, and I'm appreciative of where I am, and I love knowing that I'm the type of person where if somebody was to say like, yo, like I appreciate you for your progress and all that stuff, I'm gonna tell you I appreciate you too, because you didn't have to tell me that, and that's something that I always appreciate and take with me everywhere I go, because it goes a long way. Like people love you more than they will hate on you, and that's something that people need to know for real. You got more love than you got hate. So incremental.
Definitely. And I love that word. I think that was very fitting, and I love the explanation.
Yeah. You're so nice. Thank you.
Why do people always say I am nice though? So I'm not going to ask why people always say that, because I am.
Yeah, like it's like the comments, like you've been making me feel very welcome. So I appreciate that too. Like,
Yeah, well, it's a big deal for me. Like anybody who takes the time out to be a part of this, it's a big deal for me, just because I am just starting out. It is something that I'm passionate about. I did want to give people like yourself and Koi, my last guest, like a platform to reach a broader audience, to share things like, your journey. So it's a big deal to me. So I have no choice but to be nice and welcoming, and I want everyone to feel comfortable. So I'm glad.
How would you describe your journey? Or like where you like that one word? Give me your one word of your journey.
Oh no, you can't ask me questions. No, I'm just one word. One word is I'm such an indecisive person, but one word for sure is motivated or inspired. I'll say inspired. Just because prior to starting it, originally I wasn't going to share my project with anybody. I was just going to try to do it on my own, and I shared it with I have like 3 super creative friends, and I shared it with them, and they were very supportive. And I have plenty of ideas, and I'm a super creative person, and I will start something in a heartbeat and just like drop it.
Yeah.
But this is something that really stuck with me. I really do feel like God put it on my heart to like help people share their journeys and their stories. Yeah, so I was like, let me actually put the effort in. The pandemic happened and my workload got a lot lighter. And so I had the time, and I was like, this is all a blessing, right? I know that these times have been challenging for people, and it has been challenging for me as family members have been affected by COVID-19. But me personally, in my home, I had the time to, really pour into something that was put on my heart. And so I'm gonna change the word purposeful. That's the word.
I
Um,
like it. Go hand in hand.
yeah, I'm walking in it, I'm standing in it. It's like a full-time job,
Mm-hmm.
right? And a lot of trial and error from the first episode, but things are really, turning around. I stuck with it. We made it happen. My friend Brandy is my producer. She pushes me a lot and understands it. So I
Yeah.
think that would describe it, and that's why. I hope I hope that was one answer. That was kind of like,
It was good, because I think your viewers are going to appreciate this. There's going to be a lot of little girls or even little boys who look up to you, and a lot of people older than you that's going to look up to you. I look up to you for even reaching out. If y'all, I don't know if anybody who watching this, but if y'all ever get a chance to interact with Lex on her show or just in person, you will know that she's truly genuine and that she's very passionate. The first time I met you, I don't know if you remember this, but we were at an award show together. We were both getting an award for our leadership at Michigan State University. And from then, I followed your journey up until now. So, like, it's just been purposeful. And I can appreciate that. So, thank you again.
no, for real. Be
I'm,
for real. One more time. I'm gonna put the thing up. But no, I do remember that though. That memory came back up on Facebook.
mm-hmm.
And I remember being there, and I remember not knowing anybody, and I remember you were with Shanika, and you came up and you guys spoke, and that was my introduction to you. But thank you for your kind words. You have always been pleasant and polite and kind to me. You didn't know me, but you came up and like congratulated me while I was standing there like, who are all these people?
Yeah. Yeah, you did your thing, and of course, that's what it's always gonna be. I support you, always, and I support anybody out there trying to really get on their grind, hustle, and work their ass off till they get to wherever they're trying to get to. So, appreciate it.
Well, perfect. Thank you so much for tuning in. All of your information to your Instagram will be in the description box. So if you have people reaching out to you, you might or might not, because we just starting off. But
it don't matter one or many or none at all. It was still a pleasure. I appreciate it, and my Instagram is a resource to anybody who needs the motivation or got questions or just want to talk to me. No matter. So I appreciate it.
All right. Well, I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
All right. See you, Lex. Have a good one.
You too.
This week for our Complexity Chat, we decided to do a spotlight segment. We'd like to shine a light on Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, who's working with providers to launch home-based substance use disorder treatments during COVID-19. New telehealth technologies will help combat with detoxifications and treatment plans for anyone struggling with substance use disorder. For anyone who doesn't know, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and many things, including substance use disorder, can play a big part in someone's mental health. So if you or anyone else that you know may need these resources, their website will be linked below. I'm Lexis Jeanette with Love and Light. Thanks for tuning in.
I would like to get to know if I could be the kind of girl that you could be down for. 'Cause